Welcome back to our second installment as we dive into the SoRare NBA streets as we get ready for year two on SoRare. Today, we're going to be looking at the 5 NBA players that I will be fading this upcoming season.
Definitely a no for me, dog.
If you are new to SoRare and enjoy fantasy basketball, take a look at the link in the show notes and get started today. By signing up using our link, you will get 20 free common cards so you can start playing for free. And if you want to dabble in that auction market, if you get 5 limited auctions, you'll get a 6th limited card free.
Did you say free?
And for a little context for today's picks, we are going to be talking about some of those top-tier basketball players that I'm going to be fading this year. It's easy to say the guy that's only playing 15 minutes isn't a good SoRare play. We're looking at the top guys on teams and why I'm going to be staying away this season. So let's go. The first NBA player on my list that I am fading this upcoming year is Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, there's no denying Kyrie's talent. He's incredible when he's on the court. In the 20 games that he played for the Mavericks since getting traded from the Brooklyn Nets, which was a whole nother thing, he averaged 27, 6, and 5. That's a great performance for a SoRare player. However, a lot of those games were without Luka on the court. And I don't know if people have been paying attention to these FIBA exhibition games as we get ready for the World Cup, but Luka looks different. So the combination of Luka being back on the court, doing the majority of the ball handling, the scoring, the facilitating, and, well, just banking on we haven't seen Kyrie play a full season without doing something a little wild in a very long time. So I'm going to be fading Kyrie heading into this year. Number 2, the recently acquired by the Phoenix Suns, Bradley Beal. Beal is entering his 12th season in the league. He's about to turn 30, and now he's clearly the third option on this team. In his last 2 seasons with the Wizards, Beal averaged 23 points a game and only playing a total of 90 games in those 2 seasons combined. We're now 3 years removed from Bradley Beal dropping 30 points a game for an entire season for back-to-back seasons. And now he lines up with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and I guess DeAndre Ayton. We have to list him too.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And just to be clear, I think the Phoenix Suns are going to be great. I think Bradley Beal will be a good addition to that squad. But from a fantasy perspective, he's going to be the third option every time. Devin Booker is going to be doing the majority of the playmaking. We saw what he did when Chris Paul was out of the lineup for that extended run. And Kevin Durant is going to get his too. Beal is going to be that third option. So from a fantasy perspective, from a SoRare perspective, I'm going to be out on Bradley Beal until his cap comes way down. Number 3 on the list, we're going to LA, not the Lakers. It's the Clippers, and it's Paul George. Now, I don't have a ton of stats, a ton of numbers, a ton of data analytics that is going to break down as a reason that you should fade Paul George, but I've got one reason that I'm going to be fading Paul George.
I'm on my bully shit. Hey, chat, mark my words. I'm on my bully shit next season.
I can't recall a single time when Paul George has backed up any sort of shit talking. I can't imagine it starts now. I'm out on Paul George. All right, we're on to number 4. We're going down to Miami. It's Jimmy Butler. Now, let it be clear, I'm not out on Jimmy Butler. I think Jimmy Butler is incredible. We are fresh off that historic 8-seed finals run by Butler and the Miami Heat as they took down the Milwaukee Bucks, the Bing Bong Boys of New York, the Boston Celtics, and then even took a game from the Denver Nuggets, who only lost 4 on that entire finals run. But the reason that the Heat went on that run and that Jimmy Butler did all that he did is because they didn't do anything during the regular season. Jimmy Buckets only played 64 of the 82 regular season games, which is part of the reason that the Miami Heat were the 8th seed. And looking at his last 3 years in the regular season, we're not talking about the postseason, just the regular season, Jimmy Butler averaged 21, 7, and 6, 21, 5, and 5, and 2, 5, and 5. Those are really good numbers, but those aren't your MVP or the second guy into your champion lineups that you need. Again, no disrespect to Jimmy Butler or the Miami Heat. I don't want big face coffee bros coming at me. I love what Jimmy Buckets does, but sign me up for postseason Jimmy Butler. And last but not least, number 5 on this list is going to make a lot of people upset. We're going to Philadelphia, and I'm fading Joel Embiid.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Embiid is an absolute fantasy monster. He put up historic numbers last year, winning his first ever MVP, and yet I'm going to take a back seat this season. There's a couple of things going on. He's getting a little thorny on social media. It seems like the vibes might be bad in Philly. You've got James Harden requesting out. There's weird Tyrese Maxey stuff going on. Daryl Morey's getting way too involved. They've got a new coach in Nick Nurse who knows how to burn people out. Just ask the friendly friends of Toronto. And if we've learned anything from this past season and what we saw from Embiid, he was tired when he got to the playoffs. And that's because he busted his butt that entire regular season because that MVP award meant so much to him. And I think this season, he might take his foot off the gas a little bit. Again, I think when Embiid's going to be playing, he's going to be a fantasy god. But I think when you look at some of the other MVP options, when you compare him to the Giannis's, the Jokic's, the Lukas, the Tatums, the SGAs, I think there's a little bit more risk packed in with Embiid this season than in seasons past. All right, there you have it. Those are our 5 guys, and I'm not talking about the burger. We had Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid. And now it's time to hear from you. Who are you fading this year in the fantasy basketball scene? And if this is your first time checking out Team Hold content, do me a favor, like this video and hit the subscribe. When we get into the regular season, you'll get to find Live Before Lock every Monday and Friday before SoRare does their game week lock. We break down all the injury news, all the best value plays, and give away some SoRare cards to make your lineups that much stronger. And one last reminder, if you haven't signed up for SoRare yet, use that link in the show description and it will get yourself 20 free common cards to get started for free today. And if you buy 5 off auction, you'll get a 6th one free. Thanks for watching.